2. Yep, between the 2 and the 3. That's right. Okay. And you shove it in there. Sexy.
Soak up the tea juice.
It'll be like right here.
Right out there?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you see it?
Yep. Just keep your... Will the pad stay there? I should have gotten a band-aid.
Oh, I probably
To
won't
mark
need
the
it.
spot. To mark the spot.
That's okay, just as long as it's like far away enough from my belly button.
Camera.
Sexy.
Can you see that?
I feel like we're
need
vlogging.
2 hands.
This
I can't
is
do the hand thing. Oh boy, look at this. We're about to inject this in his stomach.
Yeah,
it's gonna be super
stabby.
hot. Right here?
I'm scared.
Do you want to look away?
Okay, so
You want me to
pretend the air is the testosterone shot and go for it. And then what would you do? You would shoot it in.
Yes,
right?
but I'm shooting next to it because I don't want to accidentally shoot it out.
You shoot it and you would leave it
And then
for
give you a second.
at least 5 seconds.
And then I'd be like, hi.
And look. I'm bleeding?
No.
Good.
What day is it? It is Sunday, February 28th, and I've been on T for 2 days. Yeah, I'm really excited for like when I can have my voice drop, you know, like be able to kind of like, I don't know, it's really like superficial, but I kind of like want to prove that like, you know, I'm a dude. I don't know, when someone asks, or if I'm like, hey, you know, like, I'm a dude, like people don't have to second guess me, because like as soon as they hear my voice, they'll just be like, yeah, we got you.
So I just want points.
Okay.
Like sometimes I like my go-to flavors are like oolong tea, winter melon, Earl Grey,
Grape.
Thai tea, you know, the basics. Grape?
Grape popping bubble.
You can tell, you're very masterful. This is it. What?
I don't like honey.
I think
That's really sad.
I'm the happiest I've been in a long time. I had like a lot of struggles with depression over the years, and anxiety, but I think I like hit a point in my life where I was like, I'm not even gonna live past high school. But then suddenly I was graduating high school and I was like, well, I'm still here. I haven't done anything yet. So like while it doesn't get better, like you can do a lot of things to combat that. Like you can go and you can like do what makes you happy. You can go get boba 5 times a week if you really want it. It's not that good for your health. Don't recommend it, but you can do it. You have the power to. This is my first time having a dog that likes to play. I just had an old dog who never did anything. But now I just have a full energized demon. Our neighborhood at night is...
Okay, you don't need to understand.
People race in our neighborhood, like with cars.
It's dangerous sometimes.
Yeah.
Don't want to do that, especially in the dark.
It was not long ago. We can like go.
Mary's home. What the fuck? What's that you? Oh.
Bye, Mary.
Well,
The Mary statue's missing.
that's
Hey.
cryptic.
Let's go, let's just go walk.
So growing up with a family that is LDS, I wasn't really allowed... So I was allowed to do more than other kids who were raised in the church because my parents were a bit more relaxed, but there were still a lot of things I couldn't do.
By her.
No, she just kind of passed around from family to family until I got her.
Because when you're raised in that kind of community, like, you literally only see that community. You don't see anything else. Because, you know, I had to go there on Sundays, Wednesdays. I had to go to, like, camp. I had to, like, go to these extra activities. Like, I was forced to go to so many things surrounding that church that it filled so much of my time that was just kind of my worldview. When I was, like, 8, or like 9. I was like, I would just copy like things that my dad would say, or like I would copy his views and basically paste them into mine. Because, you know, I didn't know anything about politics. I just knew what was happening in my house. I was like a baby. I didn't know what I was doing. It also made me say things that were very like homophobic and like transphobic as well. Because in my brain, the way that I was raised, I was always told that I was like weird for it and I was bad. So I thought I had to change for society versus like I should be allowed in society as I am.
I've been a member of the church since I was born. I was baptized in 1977. I grew up in Southern Illinois in the 70s, and I knew of nobody that was trans. I didn't know anybody that was gay. Sam did what was asked when he was younger, went to church and went through all the programs, and the church has a method of teaching where they have kids together with genders, and they also have separate tracks. Sam went through the young women's organization.
I don't bake very much. I don't have time. I wish I had time. He painted this. So this is actually Sam right here. And he's doing his art. He's doing his drawings. And all these are the people around him. And I mean, they look like they might be other students, and they may as well be, but the peer pressure he felt and the bullying and all that pain that he had to endure then, you know, he carried with him. And I love this picture. It's very dark, right? But I love it because it showed how he felt on the inside.
Okay, but look at Chewy's dress.
Yes.
Who hates it? Already started going.
How does Shmoo move
Anthony
about
can find. Get ready.
Wait,
Set.
Hey, so listen up. There's stuff in the sunroom. And then there is stuff out here, but on the wooden shed, there's nothing behind the wooden shed or between the shed and the fence. And there's nothing behind the between the fences and the shed over here. So everything else, and there's nothing really back in this back corner where all the stuff is. But there is stuff everywhere else. So have at it, guys.
Just humans and cats, I think.
So the very first time I really told anyone that I was trans, I think it was my freshman year. After that, in my sophomore year, I came out officially to my theater company. And then the year after that, I started doing like male roles, and they were all super supportive, and that was really fun. And then after that, I started coming out to more of my teachers.
I don't know what kind of picture.
Try it again. Mom.
Oh, I can't. Ah!
Sit.
Sit both of your hands and Shmooey.
Yes! So I came out at school first, and school was really supportive about it too.
This picture here in the middle. Oh, it's all right. This picture here is his senior picture, right? They were taken in 12th grade. And we had a really hard day that day. And that was very hurtful for me that day. Why, I'm not quite sure. But we went to get his senior pictures taken, and I learned a lot that day and the months to follow.
People knew not to call me Sam in front of my parents, but my sweet friend, who was trying to do the best, and you know, her intentions were really good, called me Sam in front of my mom. And you know, my mom has heard me get called Sam before, but it's like as a nickname, because I've had other friends mess up before, so I was just like, yeah, it's just like a nickname, you know?
And we were sitting there waiting to get his pictures taken. And there were obviously friends from theater coming in. And at home, Sam was Sarah. To us, he was Sarah. He never said to me, Mom, call me Sam. He didn't do that. And so all his theater friends came with their parents, and they're like, oh, Mom, this is Sam. This is Sam. This is Sam.
I tried to make it so that people knew not to call me that in front of my parents, but you know, when you have people used to calling you something, it like kind of slips out. So I was never really mad at them, but when my mom heard it, just this time for some reason, she like lost it a little bit, and she got like really angry.
And I was thinking, why is he being introduced as Sam?
And then I walked up to the camera lady, and the lady was like, well, do you want the red or the white robe? And the white one was for women, and the red one was for the men. And so I was like, oh, so I get to just choose? And then she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, then if I get to choose, I want the red one.
So I'm like, well, but the girls were white. And he's like, yeah, but I want red. And I guess it should have made a click in there, but it did not. And I said, well, Sam, unless you have Sarah, unless you have something to tell me, you're wearing white, because then there's nothing I can do. And he wore white.
I can't tell his. She's like sitting on you now.
Do you have any house buying tips?
House buying tips. I don't know, conventional wisdom is in real estate location, location, location. You can do a lot of things to a house, but you can't fix its location.
Yeah. Maybe we should ask Anthony too, because he's done more recently. He might know some more of.
So there's some common sense things, right? Like if you're not very handy, don't buy a fixer-upper.
Really? Hey! I'm coming to you. Yes.
Hi, how can I help you?
Hi, I'm here to pick up 2 prescriptions.
Date of birth?
September 21st, 2000.
Last name?
Uder, U-D-E-R.
Sarah?
Yeah.
Okay, I will have to wait a little bit for the pharmacist because she needs to check something here really quick. But it's probably just to remind you, make sure not to get pregnant until you are using this medication, okay?
Okay. They don't.
No.
That's not.
1328.
Should we? No. Yeah.
Thank you, have a good day.
Yep. I'm gonna put this on your list.
Oh yeah.
Wait, is this babier? No, it's more. It's the opposite of babier. Let's see if you can get the rest of it out. Are you sure you want to do it right now? I mean, if I don't do it now, I'm gonna go to sleep. That's fair. So go wash your hands.
I did, just now.
Okay.
Like I just came from the
Oh,
bathroom.
then you should probably be doing it. But I haven't
You
washed my hands.
contaminated boy.
Big crumbs.
I think you did it over here last time, so it's over here now.
Yep.
I'll just
I just had to remember for a second.
showing my time to the world.
And it's like, I feel like life is always going to be hard. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's necessarily going to get better. I think it's going to get easier to deal with once I know how to deal with myself. And I think giving myself, like telling my past self, like, you know, you get to do this when you're older. And that's the one thing you always wanted to do. Look over my house. Like, it's always going to be shitty, but, like, you have the power to be yourself and you have the power to do what you want. And, like, you know, you have the ability to do a lot of things. And I think as a kid, I just thought I didn't have the ability to do any of that. And I thought I didn't really have, like, a place to, like, or a life to really call my own because everybody made the decisions for me. And I think I would just inform my past self that, like, all the hard work that I did pulls off, you know? Like, I would just, you know, tell them to keep going and just keep trying it out. And if things don't work out, then try something else because there's a lot to do. There's a lot of options. Sorry, I was getting stabbed while you were talking. There's a lot of things to look forward to. And so while I don't think things necessarily get better, you'll have a lot more fun. I think it'll be a lot more comfortable.